What's up, man?
What's up?
No fist? Okay. No fist bump?
I don't fist bump people like you, man. To be honest.
So. Okay.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So the long-awaited EDP Catch Him in Person video has released by Chet Goldstein, and it has the community in a roar. And we're going to get to that a little bit later, but let me give some initial thoughts and things that I've seen that happened during the EDP video. Now, the first thing that you saw at the beginning of this video, you know, give me a fist bump. Come on, give me a fist bump, man. And he's like, I don't fist bump people like you. That's pretty funny. EDP's energy that he gives off in his videos, and when he's in person, when confronted, I don't want to say confronted, but I guess put in a situation that is unfavorable to him, two different complete energies altogether. Hell, even in the text messages that we detailed in yesterday's video where he's saying, yo, it's not gonna be pretty, sort of threatening the Phantom Miner as a means to say like, yo, I'm about to get into a mad shootout, like this law-abiding citizen was really gonna get on his Gerard Butler. I couldn't see it, and definitely when you see this footage, it's in a way very funny and sad. It's like, yo, the big tough guy that he portrays, nothing bothers him. Like, this dude's in borderline tears during this video. Even when they start pretending like they're gonna call the cops, you just see him start to essentially have a mental breakdown as it's playing out in front of him.
I want to call a place to go get help.
You're not gonna get help. You had plenty of chances to get help. Every single time you got exposed for it.
You guys are gonna witness that though.
Look, you've been exposed for this 6 different times. Here you are, not learning your lesson.
Please don't, man.
This is not okay. This is not okay. Honestly, we're doing you a big favor.
No, you guys, please.
Hi, is this Bakersfield, Kern County?
Are you guys really doing it?
Are you really doing this?
There's somebody here to meet
You're here to meet a 13-year-old.
who has solicited photos. There's somebody here.
Are you really doing this?
Yes. Okay, it's apartments.
Are you serious?
I don't know apartments.
What do you mean? Come on, man. We're trying to get you help, dude. Because you're not gonna get help.
Hold on.
And the big problem that this footage shows me with EDP is that he believes that if there's somebody that's out there doing something worse than him, it doesn't paint him in that bad of a light. So essentially over the course of the thing, he's like, yo, 12 years old, I'm throwing up. It's almost like because you're essentially not fucking an infant, it's not that bad. That's the type of energy he carries throughout this.
Let this be known, I am not a...
So what are you then? If you're here to meet up with a 13-year-old girl after sending your dick to her, then what do you call it then?
And then the second thing that I realized, and this is where the video may take a little bit of a dark turn, but the second thing is, if they look good enough to him, that age shit goes right out the window. The thing that's alarming to me is like, okay, the Phantom 13-year-old looked good enough that he's willing to bend the rules. It's like, yo, EDP, if they continue looking good enough for you, you're gonna continue to bend the rules over and over and over again. And this is where I say the video takes a dark turn, is because when I would see the text messages and you're seeing that he's using a lot of like, I would say domination-esque lingo. I can't wait to teach you. You're my student, princess. And then you see Erica's daughter sitting on his lap, right? My brain starts to think, okay, if Erica's daughter falls into the range of 13, 14, she develops early, this guy's gonna be over there. He's the godfather. I'm not gonna say he's gonna try to make a move, but you think he's not going home, hitting that head, stroking that chicken, churning that butter? Like, come on, my nigga. Like, what's really going on here? And I don't think he's able to separate that. I think he legitimately ingrained in his core vessel, his DNA itself, that he really didn't see a problem with the behavior, because again, they're accusing him of doing this 5 to 6 times, which he agreed to every single thing they showed. There was stuff that I'm like, damn, I don't even remember old girl saying that in the reading on the live stream that they did 2 days ago. And he's looking, he's like, I mean, I probably said that. Like, he's agreeing to anything and everything. But because essentially in his heart of hearts, it's not an infant, it's not a prepubescent child, then he's not that bad.
My mom, may she rest in peace. You guys know that, right? You guys seen the videos, all that bullshit. My mom did not raise a fucking okay? She did not raise a creep or where. I know what the screenshots say, okay? I'm aware of that. I'm looking right at them, okay? My mom did not raise, and as a matter of fact, if she was here with,
Your mom has nothing to do with
Right,
this.
yeah, don't bring your
family into it, because we're not.
And it's kind of sad. He's even going as long to say like, hey, you know, can we haggle? Can we parlay a deal? Like it's Pirates of the Caribbean and shit. He's sitting up there asking a parlay, hey, I'll go get help, just don't call the police, which we're gonna get into the whole police thing, and I'm gonna tell you how I think this is gonna go from here. After watching this video, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't think this brother needs a YouTube channel. He's agreed to everything. I'm not saying or putting accusations on him. Everything that they have presented to this guy in the video, he's saying that he's done. I don't think he needs a channel if that's the case. That's the first thing. The second thing, I feel like the carnival that's slowly building around this entire scenario, I don't know if EDP is actually going to go to jail, because this just seems like it was handled in a way where, again, I get it as a YouTuber, you know, you want the clicks and we want to do the right thing as well, but there was no police. There's a part in the video where I believe Chet is, I don't know if he's actually calling the cops. I think he was pretending to call the cops, and EDP just starts to really, like, he starts to lose it. And then you start seeing them say like, you should call the cops. And my brain was starting to think like, yo, are they trying to get this guy to turn himself in? Because based off of the way this entire thing was handled, we don't know if it's really gonna stick.
Do I call the cops then? Yeah.
No, not.
Okay, sheriffs.
Again, in my opinion, he shouldn't have a YouTube channel, and honestly, after reading the things that I've seen, the dude should be locked up. I'm just keeping it a whole being. But because of the way everything is played out, I'm not sure if it's going to go that way. But now this is where things get a little interesting, because it falls off of EDP and it starts to fall more onto the character Chet Goldstein, aka Alex. And I think in the future, this is what a lot of people that want to secretly watch EDP but still want to have the moral compass in their heart of hearts is going to fall back onto whenever they talk about the situation. Chet Goldstein Alex is probably not the best person to be exposing these people. Did he do an excellent job here getting a 2 million sub YouTube channel to come out to think he was getting some kitty cat and cupcakes? Yes, he did an excellent job there. But people are now starting to look into this individual and expose some of the things that he's done, whether that may be homophobic.
He only sucks at night. Queer. He doesn't look like kind of Dracula.
Hey, Chris.
Racism.
Then we're gonna get offended and report us.
Oh, you're right.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
He said some very risque comments himself involving minors.
I have a 3-year-old in my basement that's like lacking vitamin D. I need to give this to her. It's my birthday, so I'm being generous for one day to her.
I don't think that's what you're supposed to say out loud.
What? I provide her with plenty of D, just not the vitamin part.
Oh no, that's not good either.
Oh, really?
Not if it's a child.
Well, I was tired of being a virgin, so what the fuck?
And it's kind of turned this thing sideways. And I remember 2 days ago, I was actually streaming on the Patreon only live stream that you can get in for as low as $5. And I remember I'm looking at the IG and I'm like, man, I don't know what it is, right? Well, I'm telling you, if something in my head is like not on the up and up about a person, I just get that weird feeling. I'm like, there's something about this guy that's interesting. That's what I kept saying. And then 2 days later, people are now exposing all of this stuff. And the thing that's sad about this is where it makes me mad. If there's anything that YouTube has shown me in the last couple of weeks with my channel, you can go take a look at a video series I did on 8 Thoughts and Nick Merckx and Drifter. People sometimes have a hard time separating situations from themselves and attacking them for what it is. Meaning, EDP, yes, should lose his channel, and in my opinion, he should be locked up. But I feel like there's going to be a subsector of people that start to change the conversation to, was EDP targeted because he's an easy target? There's no nice way to say it. Essentially a loser and lonely, and they used his previous instances of dealing with minors against him, and I put against him in air quotes because honestly, my nigga, I get DMs all the time. Some DMs I respond to, some DMs I read it and I'm just like, all right, I don't know what to say, and I move on my day. You don't have to sit there and fucking talk to every single person that jumps right into your DM. And what makes me angry is I really do believe that that's what's going to happen with this. I feel like anybody that might have been on the fence that was leaning more towards like, man, you know, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna keep it on the DL, now has a megaphone and they're gonna scream at the top of their lungs and say EDP is wrong, but what about Alex? When the conversation is like, hey, they both can be pieces of shit. Should one lose his channel and definitely be behind bars? Yes. Is the other one opportunistic and he's using this entire situation to garnish as much money and clicks and views as possible? Also, yes, as far as the future for EDP, I think it's a wrap. Like, I don't really know how he can rant his way out of this one. And I don't necessarily want to say anything that would give him tips if he's typing himself into YouTube to see what other creators are saying. I don't even want to say anything revolving where he's like, damn, that is a good idea. I'm going to give that a try, because nah, definitely not. But yeah, I definitely feel like some of the fans that, you guys know, I've gotten some comments in the last couple of days like, hey, I'm watching, somebody literally wrote, nah, he's still good in DC though. Like, what the fuck? This nigga literally said a pedo was good on the whole city of DC. Come on, my nigga, get out of here with that shit. But I don't know how this is necessarily gonna play out. When EDP makes a response video to the entire thing, I may go ahead and cover that to see what he has to say. But I think based off of the footage that I've seen, the text messages that I've read that portrayed, you have literally EDP up here saying, correct, yes, that's me, I said this. Hey, you know, I mean, she looked this age, but obviously if they were 12 or 11, I would go in the bathroom and throw up and do like, oh, he's having like damn near breakdown crying when they're showcasing that they're going to call the police. Or they're, I don't know, pretending to call the police. He looks like he's gonna break down crying. Based off all of this, I would say EDP is done. All right, that's my opinion. I would say there will definitely always be people that watch him, because that's just the way the internet shit is. Like, I've said this time and time over the history of my channel, our currency is attention. Based off that, because you have 2 million, it may be all hate, but there will still be people to check out if he wants to continue to do this. But as far as his channel ever growing and hitting 3, 4, 5 million, I doubt that shit is ever gonna happen. I think his name is no good in the street, and if it's up to me, and I hope this happens, I hope YouTube actually comes in and wipes the slate clean with his channel. Yeah, I don't necessarily think he deserves to have the platform that he has. I'm just keeping it a bean. Now, again, without reshaping or reharping my entire argument, will he be going to jail? That I am uncertain of based off of the video I watched. And obviously I have to say this as well, everybody's dad works at Nintendo, so take this next statement with a grain of salt. But there's somebody that went over to the EDP fan subreddit who's supposedly a SoCal police officer, and this is what they had to say. They said, SoCal policeman here, we actively discourage anyone from doing what Predator Poachers is doing, and we are not affiliated with them in any way. Shows like To Catch a Predator have expert legal teams and trained officers on staff to ensure that everything holds up against a defense in court. Normal citizens aren't capable of doing this. Don't support predator poachers and spread the word. They make catching and prosecuting these criminals way more difficult than it should be. So yeah, take from that what you will. Again, I don't know if this guy's a cop. Anybody can be anything on the internet. This is just my entire feelings about everything that I've witnessed. I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say. Please do not take me critiquing the process of how predator poachers went about this as a means of me defending EDP. I'm not even going to stand in the same room. I don't want to be anywhere near this guy in the slightest. Like, I don't want to make it seem like just because I may have a couple gripes about the way this process was handled that EDP is the victim. Hell no, bro. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and hand the dialogue off to you guys on my Philip DeFranco. Let me know how you feel about this down in the comment section below. As always, if you could please give this video a like, that would be fantastic. The support on this channel lately has been, oh man, it's been amazing. So I want to say thank you to everybody that's been subscribing. I hope that you continue to stick around and check out some of my other content. And yeah, with that being said, if you're new, go ahead and hit that like button. I kind of feel like I'm reiterating myself, but it's all good, baby. Hit the like button, go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and check out the Patreon with over 110 hours of additional content. And if you haven't, follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/RPKenpachi. But with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Everybody have a great day. I'll talk to you guys soon.